Namo Buddhaya. So today, very hearty welcome to one and all on this another wonderful Sunday morning. And we've all gathered here for the Sunday Dhamma program. Today also we dedicate all the merits to Upasaka Shivakumar Meshram, who is the granddaughter, seeking blessing for granddaughter for her good health, peace of mind, happiness and progress on the noble path of Dhamma. So we wish, may Upasaka Shivakumar Meshramji and your family, especially your granddaughter, be blessed, have all the blessings of good health and peace of mind, and also success in her life, and most importantly progress towards Dhamma. Anybody from their family here, Shivakumar Mishram family? Okay. And also, so now we will start with the Buddha Puja. Ma sambuddho bhagava buddhang bhagavantang abhivade swakhato bhagava dhammo dhamma nam Supatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho sanghang namah. Namo tassa bhagavato Namo tassa Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa Itipiso bhagavarahang sama sambuddho vijja charana sampanno sugato lokavido anuttaro purisa dhamma sarathi sattha devama sanang buddha Namo tassa samma sambuddhassa yecha buddha atita ca yecha buddha anagata paccappanna ca Savodhayahang bandhami sabbadana me Saranang anyang buddha Saranang barang etena sacha bhajena hotate Jaya Mangalang Uttama Gena Vandehang Padapang Sovarotamang Buddhaya Tadasa Buddha Mamang Buddhang Yabani Bana Padiyanta Saranang Swakhato Bhagavata Dhamma Sande Teko Akaliko Yehi Pasiko Panaiko Pachatang Vedita Vinyo Hete Namota Saniyanika Sadhamma Saye Chadhamma Atita Chaye Chadhamma Anagata Pacha Amayahang Manna Misabadana Theme Saranang Anyang Dhamma Me Saranang Barang Etena Sachava Jena Oto De Jaya Mangalang Uttama Gena Vandehang Dhamma Chati Vedang Marang Dhammeyo Dhamma Kamatun Mang Namang Yavani Vana Pariyantang Sarana Supatipanno Supatipanno Nyaya Patipanno Bhagava Savaka Sangho Sami Chipatipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho Yadidang Tripuresa Yogani Arthapur Pogalaye sa bhagavato savaka sangho ahuneyo dakhineyo anjali karaniyo tarang punya ketang loka sati namodha Tariya Pogala Masa Ghasaye Cha Sangha Teta Cha Echa Sangha Nagata Pacha Panashaye Sangha Yaha Vandami Sabadana Teme Saranang Anyang Sangha Saranang Marang Etena Sacha Jena Oto Te Jaya Mangalang Uttama Gena Vandehang Sangha Chati Vedo Tamang Sangheya Kali Dosa Sangha Kamatudang Mamang Sangha Yavani Bana Pariyantang Varana Evang Buddhang Sarantanang Dhammang Gancha Bhikkhavu Bhayang Vachang Veda Tang Valomahang Sonahe Sati Ghana Sara Padetena Nati Lokani Ambudang Bhujayami Tamo Nodanganda Sambaray Tena Dhopena Hang Sugandhina Pujaye Pujaniyantang Puja Vachanamuttamang Managandha Petang etang kusuma santating pujaya me muninda sa siri pada sar rohe puje me na punyena Tumo kang pang melaya te yatha edam me kaya tatha yate vinasa bhavang nirot patita udayitva nisinasa Viya bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa imena dopena popena puje mi emang dipado Papa Papa Jadi Nama Sakalasa Buddhanang Vacheka Buddhanang Agasa Vakanang Masabaka Arahantanang Vakate Silang Pite Sanganavatakami mani pani banena peso banangandena peso nang santane na peso santanang ke nang dogan Dasantanang papanisateva me masabe sankarayani cha sabe sankhara dukkha sabe Dhammayana te mayadha Mano Dhamma Pati Pati Buddhang Emaya Dhamma No Dhamma Pati Pati Dhammang Pu Emaya Dhamma No Dhamma Pati Pati Sanghang Puj Vandami Cheteyang Sabang Sabatane Supate Tetang Sarire Kadhato Maha Bodhi Buddharupang Sak Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa vipate pativahaya sabbasa Patiseddhaya sabbadukkhaṃ vinasaya sabbabhayaṃ vinasaya sabbarogaṃ yukadayakaṃ sabbalokaṃ etathaya paritaṃ taṃ amahe samantacaka leso atra sudevata sadamang rajasa suna tosaka Savana kalo anda dhamma savana kalo ayang badanda parita savana kalo ayang badanda Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa Evaṃ me sutaṃ ekaṃ samayaṃ bhagavā sāvattiyaṃ viharati jetavā ne anātha pindikassa ārāme atva ko anyatara devataya vikkhantaya rattiya avikkhanta banna kevala kapaṃ jetabanāṃ setva yena bhagava tenupasankami upa Bhagavantang abhivade Tvaye kamantang atthasi kamantang Kosade bata bhagavanta gathaya chavase bahudeva Manusa cha mangalani acentayo ngakaṃ manasotanam roe mangalamuttamang asevana cha balana panditānaṃ ca sevana puja Chapojaniyanang etang mangalamutama patiropade sabaso chapubbe chakata punyatayata samma panide chayetang mangalamutama Gahosa chanchasi pancha vinayo cha susikito subhasita chayama chayetang ma Kalamuttamang mata pito patthana puttadara sasangaho anakula chakammantayetang mangalamu tamang danancha dhammacharya cha nyatakanancha sangho anava chani kammani etang Galamuttamang arati virati papa majapa na cha sanyamo appamado cha dhamme suyetang mangalamuttama garavo cha nivato cha santothe cha katanyota kalena dhamma savanang etang galamuttamang khante cha sovacha sata samananang cha dasanang kale na dhamma chayetang mangalamuttamang kuthasala kadamme chitta yassana kampate asokang mangetang muttamang etad anikattvana sabbata ma paracita sabbata sote gacchante tang te sangma galamuttamante etena sacchava jena sote te honto sabbada etena sacchava jena sabbado Kavinasato yetena sachava jena sababaya vinasato yetena chava jena sabaroga sato yetena sa Chabajena oto teja mangalang ete nasa chabajena patote ratanatayang sabete abibajanto sabaro govena sato mate Avato antaraya sukhe degayo gava bhavato sabba mangalang rakanto sabba devata sabba bodhano Te bhavanto te bhavato sabba mangalang Bhavanto te bhavato sabba mangalang rakhanto Badevata sabba sanghanubha Vena sada sote bhavanto te nakhataya kabhutanang Nivarana pareta sanubhavena antote Upada bedeva vasa tu kalena rasa samba teheto chapeto bhavatolo kocharaja bhavato dhammiko yangdo Nimitang abhamangalang chaya chamana pasakuna sasado papa gado sapinang kandang buddhanova Vena vena samento dhammano bhave na vena samento sanghano bhave na vena samento aka Mata devana mahedhika punyantanamo detva chirangra kanto vasanang chirangra kanto desanang chirangra Parang etabata chamme e sambhatang punyas padang sabbe deva numoda to sabbe bhuta numoda to sabbe sattaya numodanto sabbasa pati siddhya nibbana siddhya edang no nyate nang hoto Tanyataya edang no hoto Nyatayo edang no nyate nang hoto sukhita Antanyatayo sabbe buddha balapata pachekananchayang balang arha tanancha tejena raka andami sabbaso sabbeda Patayariyasa Chananchayang Balang Dhammacha Dasate Jena Rakhang Nami Sabbaso Sabbe Sangha Balapata Vimo Yang balang sasanassa tejena rakhang manami sabbasa kayena va chacetena pamade namaya katang achayang amami bante voripa nyata thagata kayena chacetena pamadena maya katang achaya kamami dhamma sandetthika akaliko kayena vacha cetena pama dena maya katang achaya kamami sangha punya Ketang anuttarang Dimena punya kamena Mame bala samagamo Satang samagamo tu Niyava nibbana pateya Vedang me punya kamang asavakayang bangoto sabadukang pamuccatu Nibbanasapachayatu sadhu sadhu sadhu. Once again, very hearty welcome to one and all, and also all the upasakas and upasikas who are also joining online. So now it is time to take Tisarana and Panchashila, and all the young Dhamma mind children can come forward, and one of you can lead for the Tisarana and Panchashila.
Everybody please bow down 3 times. Okasa Vandami Bhante Dwarate Nakatang Sabbanga Paradang Kamata Me Bhante Dutiyampi Okasa Vandami Bhante Dwarate Nakatang Sabbanga Paradang Kamata Me Bhante Dutiyampi Okasa Vandami Bhante Dwarate Nakatang Sabbanga Paradang Kamata Me Bhante Anukampangupadhaya
Mami kamitabang sukino bhavantu abhivadana silissa nichang vadapachayino chattara dhamma vadhanti ayuvanno sukhang.
Am Bhante Okasa Aham Bhante Tisaranena Sadeng Panchasilang Dhammang Gyachami Anugahang Katva Silang Detha Me Bhante Dutiyampi Okasa Aham Bhante Tisaranena Sating Panchasilang Dhammang Gyachami Anugahang Katva Silang Detha Me Bhante Tatiyampi Okasa Aham Bhante Tisaranena Sating Panchasilang Dhammang Gyachami Anugahang Katva Silang Detha Me Bhante Anugam Pangupadhaya
Yamahang badamitam badetha.
Ama Bhante
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa.
Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa
Buddhang saranang gacchami.
Buddhang Saranang Gacchami
Dhammang saranang gacchami.
Dhammang Saranam Gacchami
Sanghang saranang gacchami.
Sangham Saranam Gacchami
Dutiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami.
Dutiyampi Buddham Saranam Gacchami
Dutiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami.
Dutiyampi Dhammam Saranam Gacchami
Dutiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami.
Dutiyampi Sangham Saranam Gacchami
Tatiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami.
Tatiyampi Buddhang Saranam Gacchami
Tatiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami.
Tatiyampi Dhammam Saranam Gacchami
Tatiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami.
Tatiyampi Sangham Saranam Gacchami
Tisaranaagamanang paripunnang.
Ama Bhante
Panatipata veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Anadipata Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami
Adinnadana veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Adinadana Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami
Kame sumichachara veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Kame Sumichachara Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami
Musavada veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Musavada Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami
Suramereya majjapamadatthana veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Sura Meraya Majjapamadhathana Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami
Sadhu sadhu tisaranena saddhing panchashilang dhammang sadhukang surakhitang katva apamadena silang sampadetha.
Ama Bhante Sadhu Sadhu Sadhu
Oh, in a line. Folded hands. Go in a So now it's time to practice meditation for some time. I request Bimala Kitipante to guide today's meditation.
Most respected Samner, this Upasaka and Upasika, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to guide. So let us begin straight. Mind and just now we have offered puja to the whole Dhamma and also cited Parita Suttas. Feel yourself so lucky, fortunate to do this wholesome. I like feel forget every for some classes of try to feel each comes in, try to feel each of side different kind. Mindful mind may mind may rising when we 5 in 5 things. Five rising physical. 'While practicing meditation, this feeling may arise in the body, leg pain, some itchiness may arise. So this pain is, know it, this is a painful feeling. Dukha Vedana, happiness feeling and painful feeling. Know the feeling, what kind of feeling arising. Feel yourself very peaceful and calm in this beautiful Dhamma hall, sitting together and practicing meditation to purify to oneself, to know about your mind, to see your mind, how our mind is working, to know oneself. That is the meditation. And be mindful. Keep observing the in-breath and out-breath. If you are very difficult to observe the in-breath and out-breath, you may also count from 1 to 10. When the breath is comes in, 1. When the breath is goes out, 2. So you can keep exercising in this way. Now, slowly, we will change our meditation objects. Now we are going to practice metta meditation, loving kindness, starting from oneself. Try to remember your own smiling face and share your loving kindness to oneself. Mentally wish, may I be happy and well. May I be peaceful and happy. May I be free from all kinds of danger, sickness, tension, and worries. May I able to understand the teachings of the Lord Buddha. May I able to practice. May I able to walk on the right path. May I be happy and well. Keep spreading your loving kindness and share your loving kindness with your teachers, Dhamma teachers or general teachers. Remember them and share your loving kindness with them. May my teachers be well and happy. May my teachers be free from all kinds of suffering. May my teachers be healthy. May my teachers be free from all kinds of danger, sickness, worries. May they be happy and well. Share your loving kindness with your parents. You have to be grateful and thankful towards your parents. Remember their smiling face and keep sharing your loving kindness. May my parents be free from all kinds of suffering, be free from mental and physical suffering. May they live long life with good health and happiness. May they free from all kinds of dangers and sickness. May they be happy and well. Share your loving kindness with your relatives. Remember their smiley face and keep sharing loving kindness. Feel yourself full of joy and loving kindness. May my relatives be peaceful and happy. May my relatives be free from suffering. May my relatives be well and happy. Share your loving kindness, those who like you and those who don't like you. May they be happy and well, be free from mental and physical suffering, progress on the path of Dhamma. May they get chance to listen the Lord Buddha's teachings, and may they realize the noble Dhamma. Keep spreading your loving kindness. Share your loving kindness with your friends, bad friends, good friends. My both friends be well and happy. May they also progress on the path of Dhamma. May they free from all kinds of suffering. Share your loving kindness to living beings. May all living beings be well and happy. May all living beings be free from all kinds of suffering, far, near, short, long. May all living beings be free from all kinds of suffering. May all the people of Karnataka be peaceful and happy, be free from mental and physical suffering. May they progress on the path of Dhamma. May they get the opportunity to listen the Dhamma and to practice the Dhamma. And may they realize the Dhamma. May all the people of Karnataka be well and happy. Share your loving kindness. May all the people of whole world, around the world, poor people, rich people, bad people, good people, whatever it is, may all the people living in this world be free from all kinds of suffering. May they chance to listen this noble Dhamma and realize these teachings of the Buddha. May they be well and happy. Once again, share your loving kindness to oneself. Remember your own smiling face. Mentally wish May I be peaceful and happy. May I be free from all kinds of unsatisfactory. May I be free from danger, sickness, problem, stress. May I able to practice the Dhamma. May I able to realize the Dhamma, and may I be peaceful and happy. May I be happy and well. Bhavatu Sapa Mangalam Rakhantu Sapa Devata Sapa Buddha Nubhavena Sapa Dhamma Nubhavena Sapa Sangha Nubhavena Sada Sote Bhavantu Te.
So after the peaceful meditation, it is time to listen to the Dhamma. As many of you come here every Sunday regularly, and also some of the people join online. The purpose is to listen, to learn the Dhamma, what is Dhamma and how to practice it in our life. So the Dhamma is basically everything that you do and don't do, that you think and don't think, that you feel and don't feel. Everything is within the sphere of Dhamma. We have our ability to think. Depending on, each one has different levels of understanding or different levels of wisdom. So as all of you, always very, very different people we are. And it is important to know where we are, first of all. If we have to know where we are, then we have to know our mind. How exactly our mind behaves. How our mind reacts to all the things, to the pleasant things and unpleasant things and happy things and sad things. We have to know this. Our mind is conditioned. It is conditioned by ignorance and craving. It has been like this for long. Not just this life, many, many lives. And as we have been conditioned by ignorance and craving, then whatever we think and feel, and the kind of thoughts and kind of in reactions that we have in our mind that it arises is primarily because of this ignorance and craving. Sometimes, of course, there is wisdom. It is not always ignorance and craving, because we are born as human beings. And since we are born as human beings, automatically we will have some level of wisdom, know something, to feel something that right and wrong. For example, many of you know about Panchashila, 5 precepts: not to kill, not to steal, not to commit sexual misconduct, not to tell lies, not to indulge in drugs, alcohol, intoxicants. So we have some basic understanding that killing is not so good, or violence is not so good. Because if I indulge in violence, if I harm other people, then eventually somebody would try to harm me. So this basic level of understanding is also important. This is the foundation of what we call the right view. This is not the end of everything, but this is the right view. Because if we have the right start, we have to start with the right view. Right view is to know what is right, what is wrong. This is very basic, but we should have this idea about the right view. Because if we know what is right and wrong, then we can slowly develop more and more in our life. So whatever we do in our life, basically, based on our idea, what is right, what is wrong, what we think right, we do, what we feel as wrong, we don't do, or we try to avoid. It is we have certain ideas about right and wrong. Now, the thing is, we need not just stick to that idea. Because if we just stick to that idea of right and wrong, then we may not know that whether we are really right and wrong, or we are just thinking like this. So what we should is to investigate some simple things in our life. As I said, our ability to experience the world without reacting much to it, our ability to see all pleasant and unpleasant things in our life without reacting too much about them. This is the indication whether we have it or we don't. If our mind is always reacting to everything big or small, then we should take that our wisdom is not powerful. We take everything as good and bad and connected with me, good for me, bad for me. Then if we think like this, then we have to change our thinking. It is important that we change our thinking from that point. Not to think this is good and bad. I like this, I don't like this. I want this, I don't want this. When people think like this, we just basically follow their likings and dislikings. Then they have no chance of developing wisdom. Anybody just blindly following their liking and disliking has no chance of developing wisdom. Because liking and disliking comes from ignorance and craving, not from wisdom. So this is one very simple step that we can all check ourselves, our own mind, that we just blindly follow our liking or disliking, or we don't. And if we know that if we follow it, then how to change? Maybe we do. Some people sometimes may do. Then how to change? Change comes from understanding. Change comes from our actual understanding, that just saying I like this, I don't like this, this is not how we can end our suffering. Our suffering will not end just if we keep saying like this. But before we understand, this is of course a deep point. This is this point that our suffering will not come to an end without just by liking and disliking things. It is also a matter of some deep level of wisdom. Before we can go there, we have to practice meditation. It is so very important for everybody to practice meditation, even if it is for a short time, regularly, even if it is for a short time. Because the mind is basically always under the influence of greed, aversion, and ignorance. This is the normal mind of the people. It doesn't make any difference. Some people may be very highly qualified, may have done and graduation and post graduation and PhD, and they may be very highly qualified professors or technocrats or scientists or this or that. It doesn't make any difference, because all these are the skills of the world. Being a scientist or being a is are good things, intellectual things, but they are not skills of the world. Or being skilled in something, in managing, in running, in teaching, in uh, uh, something, discovering. Because people attach the idea of I am doing this, I want to do this, I want to get this done. So always it is guided by the sense of I. That's why the Buddha told these things as affairs of the world. They are not necessarily bad, but they are not the best of things. Affairs of the world. And even if some people can be very intelligent or very learned or very highly qualified or anything like this, they can still be under the influence of greed, attachment, craving, aversion, hatred. They will still be under the influence because they're always thinking with I. If we think with I, then automatically I will have greed. I will like something. If I have greed, then I will have hatred. I will dislike something. And there's most of the people thinking with I. So they will think like this. So it doesn't make any difference, learned people or educated people or uneducated people. It doesn't make any difference. The teachings of the Buddha are very different, fundamentally different. Buddha was not telling all these people who may be very learned or skillful or proficient in certain things. He was not telling these people as wise people. He was telling those people as wise who can understand when the greed arises. This is greed or craving. This is the source of. This is coming from I-ness. This is the cause of suffering. This is what makes my mind restless. This is what brings discomfort, unease to my mind. When one understands like this, then the Buddha called this person is wise. So the definition of wisdom is very different from the normal conventional world and the teachings of the Buddha. And our whole practice is to go towards this kind of wisdom. The wisdom that the Buddha said is good. Even the Buddha, before becoming the Buddha, he was a prince in his final life. And as a prince, he learned a lot of things. He learned a lot of the things that people of that age would learn. There's some history or some of the other things, or maybe mathematics, or some other, whatever, the learnings, and the martial art, and administration. And as a prince, he had to learn all those things. And he was better than everybody else in learning because of his highest level of paramis. He was anyways better and more skillful and excellent in learning, excellent in picking up, excellent in being better than everybody else. But then he also understood that after learning so many things, also his mind was not free from suffering. His mind was not at ease. This is a very fundamental point. If he thought, okay, I am a prince, I have learned so many skills, I am better than all other princes and all other people, and I can be something very, like a very influential person, or a big king, or an emperor, or something, and then my suffering will go away. Then he would have continued in that life of a prince. But he didn't. What he thought is, this is not so good. Though this feels good, not so good, because my mind has certain things. This greed, this aversion, this ignorance, these things, as long as it sticks to my mind, I cannot be really fully at ease. Something is not right. So when we say something is not right, this is right view. Because we are starting to recognize the things as it is. We are not following blindly our greed as it is. Our greed is good and I just follow it and it ends there. Aversion is like this and I just follow it and it ends there. We are not doing it blindly. This is where we can develop right view, right understanding. So when greed, aversion, all these unwholesome things arise in our mind, we are able to see them. Sometimes our mind may be very peaceful. Sometimes our mind is restless. It is not same, no? It is never the same. It keeps on changing all the time. That's why we practice bhavana, meditation. We do it again and again and again. Why? Because when we practice the meditation, even if it is for a short time, even if it is for a little time, but we do it again and again, then our mind has this habit of peacefulness. Habit of peacefulness. This is very important. Habit of peacefulness without anything else. People can have all kinds of habits. Habits to do certain things, or habits to talk, or habits to read, or habits to think, or whatever it is. Do painting, or art, or literature, or whatever, many, many things. But the habit of meditation brings the habit of peacefulness. So this may not be the highest level of peacefulness, but it is still important, because if we do it every day, even if it is for some time, and if we allow our mind to be peaceful, then that peacefulness has a lot of power. What the first power of peacefulness is? That it is not shaken all the time. Mind can be shaken. If you are doing something happens that you don't like, it can be shaken. You are doing something and maybe you are trying something to do, and then something happens. Maybe you become successful, you become a little more successful than you wanted to be, and then also the mind is shaken. I have done this, such a great thing. So mind can be shaken by success, mind can be shaken by failure. Mind can be shaken by happiness, mind can be shaken by suffering. So that's why instead of allowing the mind to be unsteady, we try to make the mind a little more peaceful. And this is what comes from practicing meditation, peacefulness, day-to-day life, peacefulness and mindfulness. So when your mind is peaceful, first thing is it doesn't shake so much. Whatever it is, it observes, but it doesn't immediately goes and say, this is me, I like this is not me, I don't like this, I want this, I don't want this. It doesn't do that instant reaction at that time. It learns to see and not to react. This is the first thing. Then, if you allow your mind to be peaceful, then slowly you understand that so-called failure or the so-called success that I am so bothered about, the so-called failure that I am so bothered about, or the so-called success that I am chasing or I am doing it right now, these things are okay to certain extent, but they are not the most important thing of life. They are important only to a certain extent, but they are not most important thing. For example, people can be chasing success, maybe a lot of money, being very rich. Being very rich is not bad, but being very rich is not an end in itself, or being very rich doesn't mean that all your suffering will go away. This is a wrong idea about life. Being rich means you can manage some of the things of your life comfortably. If you want to stay in a comfortable house, you can. If you want to move around in a good car, you can. These are pleasant things, but that doesn't mean that all your problems or sufferings will go away. Doesn't mean so. In fact, you will still fall sick. You will still become old. Your family members will still fight with you, or you will still fight with your family members, and you will still lose something. People will still say something good or bad about you, and you will eventually still die. That's why the Buddha said these things are good to a certain extent, but really not that good enough. So when your mind is peaceful, then you understand that all these success and failure and happiness and suffering, the way I grasp at them, the way I try to say I like this, I don't like this, this is not such a great idea. Because it doesn't make my mind so happy or full of freedom. It is, my mind is still tied up to a lot of things, and everything that happens, big or small, then my mind reacts. This is first point, is your mind is not shaken. Second point, your mind can be a little wiser than what it is now. This is the second utility of being peaceful. And when your mind is wise, when your mind has more wisdom than average level, one is at average level, just average, basic average. This is like this is green, this is blue, this is red, this is yellow, I like this, I don't like this, this is the average level. More than the average level, when your mind, wisdom is something that you cultivate, but if you cultivate it often, if you cultivate it every day maybe, or again and again and again, then wisdom again makes your mind peaceful. This is a different type of peacefulness from meditation. When you meditate for some time, your mind is focusing on an object, your mind is not thinking about other things, your mind is undisturbed. But when you finish your meditation, then all other things that you see, you hear, you experience with your senses, and then the mind can be disturbed again. But if you have meditation, wisdom, then when you understand, okay, these are the things of the world, As I said at the beginning, the affairs of the world, they are important only to a certain extent, but they are not the most important things. There is something better than this: freedom from suffering. This is what I must look for. Freedom from suffering. This is a high level of right view. When people think like this, freedom from suffering. I have some things, they're okay, but what about freedom from all suffering? Means no suffering at all. No physical suffering, no mental suffering, no unease. Mind is at ease all the time. So this is a good amount of right view if you start thinking like this. But before that, as I said, when wisdom arises again and again, at that time the mind will be peaceful. And when your mind is peaceful with wisdom, because of wisdom, then your mind is able to see and not cling, not struggle, not being burdened by the affairs of the world, not being burdened by the pleasant and unpleasant things of the world. This is very important. The teachings of the Buddha points towards this direction. When we practice the dana, when we practice the sila, when we practice the bhavana, when we practice dana, for example, generosity, people give dana. Why people give dana? They want to share something with other people. And they have a mind of goodwill, loving kindness, metta towards other people, so they give dana. But when you do dana with a mind of non-greed, with a mind of metta, then automatically your mind is again peaceful, because you are doing something with a little bit of wisdom. Or you are following sila. So you say, okay, this is harmful for myself, harmful for other people. I will not do this. So then also your mind is peaceful, because you are not just following the greed, not just following the aversion. You are moving away from greed and aversion. So even, and with the meditation also. So all the things that the Buddha taught are something that very deeply connected with peacefulness of the mind. This is peacefulness is the foundation of the teachings of the Buddha. So if we, whatever we do, whether listening to Dhamma or following Sila or giving Dana or doing meditation or doing chanting or whatever it is, these are all things, all tools towards more peacefulness. Because peacefulness is the right foundation for wisdom and liberation. Bengaluru has 1.4, nearly 1.5 crore people. That's a lot of people. 1.5 crore people, that's a lot of people. And you cannot find one single person here who has no suffering, who is free from suffering. But if you go and ask them, they will say, lead, I know maybe some problem, I think I have this problem, I think that thing is there, I think this is not correct, I think that is not good. Do you have suffering? Yes, I recognize I have suffering. Suffering is not just this and that. This is much deeper than this. This one, hardly anybody will say like this. Why? Because they don't even realize this point. that this is not about just this feeling or that feeling. The suffering is much more deep. That is much more deep than everything else. And that only people have peacefulness can recognize. Majority of the people can't see this point. Yes, suffering is there. Suffering should come to an end. Most of the people will not think like this, first of all. It is very difficult for people to think like this. Why? Because their mind is busy. Their mind is engaged with the with outside world, with all the objects of the senses. Seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, thinking. They're always busy. Mind is engaged. So therefore, there is no chance that the mind will recognize, yes, suffering is there. We have to do something about it. It should not continue. It must come to an end. Because that is what the teachings, Buddha says, suffering and the ending of suffering. That's all I teach. So this is what, when we develop that peacefulness through our practice, Dhamma practice, chanting and meditation and dana and sila and everything. This is the whole purpose, to allow the mind not to be shaken and to see what is there, how it is, good or bad, important or not important, important then how much important or how much not important, and if it is not important, then what is the real important thing. Only then the teachings of the Buddha can be understood, realized. Pachattang veditabbo vinyuhiti. To be realized by wise people has to be realized by wise people by themselves. So this is only way, because it is not a matter of theory or not a matter of just blind belief. I believe. Just by believing it will not work. You can believe. You can say, keep on saying, I believe the words of the Buddha are true. I always believe what Buddha says is true. But that's you will still not become wise. So believing is only to start. Okay, it sounds correct. I will follow it and see if it is working. That's all. More than that, it doesn't work. But when you actually see your mind with wise wisdom and ignorance, with when it is thinking with I, when it is not thinking with I, then you will know, yes, this is true. So for that, again, we have to develop the quality of peacefulness. Tranquility, we say. Pasadhi. Pali, we say tranquility. Tranquility of mind. It's also one of the factors of Bojjhanga, also one of the factors of enlightenment. And this is also the quality or the factor that you must develop in all situations of life through the practice, so that you're able to see correctly. You're able to allow your mind not to be shaken. Allow your mind to stay at ease. Allow your mind to grow in wisdom. This quality of tranquility, pasadhi, through the practice of Dhamma, as a core, as a foundation of our spiritual liberation. So with this, I conclude today the Dhamma Discourse. And anybody has any questions? If you have questions, you can ask if you have. So no questions. Then we will do the blessing for Dana by Upasaka Shivakumar Meshram. Any from the family? Yep. I'm seeking blessing for the granddaughter. Please come forward. Please come. Please bring some cushions maybe for sitting. So we will do blessing for Upasika Aniksha. May she grow up to be healthy and strong and also wise, and may be able to do a lot of things, good things in life. And also, in a way, she is fortunate that she is getting the blessing at such an early age. So we will, and also all the members of your family, Meshram family. Sabbetyo vivajjanto sabbarogo vinasato mate bhavatu antarayo sukhi degayo ko bhava avivadana silissa nichang vardhapachayino Chattaro dhamma vardhanti ayuvanno sukhang valang Ayurarogya sampatti sagga sampatti mevacha Ato nibbana sampatti yeminade samichatu Bhavatu sabba mangalang rakhantu sabba devata Sabba buddhanubhavena sada sotte bhavantu te Bhavatu sabba mangalang rakhantu sabba devata Sabba dhammanubhavena sada sotte bhavantu te Bhavatu sabba mangalang rakhantu sabba devata Sabba sanghanubhavena sada sotte bhavantu te Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Pachekana chayang bala Arahantana chate jena rakam bandha sabaso Sabe dhamma bhala padang ariya sachana chayang bala Dhamma jaka tate jena rakam bandha misabaso Sabe sangha bhalavata vimotanam chayam Sasana tate jena rakam bandha misabaso sadhu, sadhu.
ओके ठीक है, तब आप लोग बैठिए, हो गया. Okay, so we will conclude. ठीक है, रहने दीजिए, हो जाएगा, रहने दीजिए. So now we will conclude with the metta chanting. लास्ट टाइम तो एक ही प्लेट थे, मतलब वाला 2 रिकॉर्ड थे. So now we conclude at 12:30. We'll have Kannada Dhamma Discourse at here. So before that, all of you can have lunch and then attend the Kannada Dhamma Discourse at 12:30 here. We'll conclude with the metta chanting. Sukhi bhave nidukha ahang viya eta cha me sukhe huntu manchata chataverino emani gamma ketam hi sata huntu sukhi sada tato parancarajyesu chakavale sujantano sadhu sadhu.